There we go. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. My name is Jim. This is More Sunshine Please, the Tuesday night live stream. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm kind of tired, but excited to be here. And I'm excited that you're here. So, thanks for being here. Today, I'm going to recap our trip to the Epcot Food and Wine Festival. The boy and I went there on Sunday. So I'm going to recap that visit. And then, of course, my favorite part of the show, the top 15 list. Halloween-themed, kind of? Movie-themed, really. Let's see. Oh, I'm not ready for that. Okay. Let's see who's here and who our first three in the chat are today. Congratulations to our gold medalist, the first one in the chat, Noah. Welcome in. Our silver medalists, Pepper Tree Villa, and our bronze medalist, the third one in the chat today, Jason Uper Wisdom Videos. Hello to you and the entire chat. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Keith BDF is also here. Matthew and Lauren Vlogs, not first. Delayed at the airport. So sorry. Matthew and Lauren, I saw a few of your Instagram pics, and they are awesome. Yosemite, I believe. Anyway, James Ryan, always a pleasure. Thank you for being here. Disney Nerd Herders are also here. Nerds! Princess Paula Bell, a pleasure. Happy Tuesday to you. Wanda is here, cruising for food. I don't have a sound for her. I feel like I should. Well, she's cruising for food, and I have a sound of eating. And while this character's not purple, he's close. I might have to tweak that, but Wanda, welcome in. Jeffrey Resendez, great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Cynthia is also here. Happy Tuesday to you. D&G Explorer is also here. Good to see you guys. And Jonathan Chong, welcome in. Good crowd. So I did mention I'm very tired, so it may take me a beat longer for my brain to work. It just jumped. Hang on. Sorry. Nicole Rodenhisler? I'm not exactly sure if I got that right. I hope I did. Welcome in, and it's great to see you here. Let's get on with the recap of our trip to Epcot. Let's see. All right. Let me put this on my lap. It makes it easier for me. All right. I didn't vlog the trip to Epcot. I took little snippets of video. My son, who hasn't been to Epcot in a couple of years, expressed interest in going to the Epcot Food and Wine Festival, and I was all about that. So, as part of his month-long birthday celebration, we enjoyed all the food we cared to eat at the Epcot Food and Wine Festival. Is Rob Fuzz here? Welcome in, Rob. So let me get to it, if I did this right. Before I do that, I was a guest on Pepper Tree Villa's live stream last night, The Taste of Fall. And I at the end of every one of their Monday evening live streams, they have a moment of groovy when the body of the show is finished, and they recap their weekend errand running. They have what they call a moment of groovy. Check it out; it's always enjoyable. And I submitted some clips, and I was thrilled to be a part of the moment of groovy. Mouse Talk, welcome in. I trust you're going live at 8 o'clock. Please let us know. And are the Hitchhiking Bones here? They are. Welcome in. Sorry I missed you. But then I gotcha. Oh, well. Where are we? Okay. So what was I going to say? Okay, so our trip to the Epcot Food and Wine Festival. We didn't rope drop. That's not how we roll. But we got there, I guess, just before noon. Traffic was heavy on I-4, so it took us a little bit longer than expected to get there, which is fine. But again, this was all about the boy. So when we finally did get there, it was all about eating and what he wanted to eat. Let me... Is this... Here it is. Okay, so this is... some of these clips, if you saw the Pepper Tree Villa live stream last night, the moment of groovy, may look familiar to you. So this is our way into Epcot, of course. Just some video of me driving and recording with my phone at the same time. That's only for... And there we are. Okay, first things first. When we walked to into the park on our way to World Showcase, we passed by the Earth Eats food kitchen. I think that's what they call them, food kitchens. Or kitchens. I don't know. And the drink you see in this shot here is the Spiced Apple Twinnings of London chai tea. Non-alcoholic. And we ended up getting 2 of those. We went back and got another one. I found it very delicious. A little sweeter than I would make myself, but it was still delicious. I did purchase a box of Twinnings spiced apple chai tea, so I can make it at home now. Anyway, it's wonderful. What you're looking at on the plate, however, is from the Australia kitchen. That is the roasted lamb chop with sweet... I can't speak. The roasted lamb chop with sweet potato puree, bushberry pea salad, and pistachio pomegranate gremolata. I have never heard of gremolata before, but that is that on top of the lamb? Is that what that is? Because it looks like those are bits of pomegranate or pomegranate seeds, perhaps. And that yellow stuff on top of the lamb must be the gremolata. Or, I don't know. I really don't know. So this is the first thing the boy decided to try and eat. The first bite, he didn't care for. And it had to do with the sauce, the gremolata, apparently, on top of the lamb. So we wiped it off. He took a second bite, and he found it amazing. Fantastic. Delicious. I shared with the peas and the bushberry pea salad, that is, and the sweet potato puree. So we shared that. This was the most expensive item that we went for on Sunday. This was $8.25. And we found that, and we're not the only ones to find this, but as a whole, there were some more expensive dishes offered this Food and Wine Festival than ever before. Catherine will be welcome. Oh, watching the Reds. Well, go Red Sox. Yeah, beat the Astros. They're cheaters. But go Braves overall. Anyway, the boy enjoyed the lamb. And when I used to eat meat, I also felt that lamb was fantastic. PTV, what do we have here? Gremolata, a zesty Italian herb sauce that gives a flavorful boost to fish, chicken, pasta, soups, and stews. Thank you. Good to know. The prices seem to creep up every year, but I did find that some of the portions were good. I'll speak specifically about one of the things we got a little bit later that we felt was really worth the money. A lot of food for the dollar, I guess. Okay, let's continue on playing this. So there it is. I don't know if you can hear the video. There's not much to hear, but here he is enjoying the bushberry pea salad. Now, here we are in France. I believe that was our next stop. And this dish that you see here, I don't know how to say the French pronunciation of this dish correctly. I will do my best. The coq au vin, the pomme dauphine. Don't know if I said any of those words right. But what it is chicken braised in burgundy wine with bacon and puffed potatoes. I don't believe they've ever had this before. Many dishes in the festival they serve for many years, and I think this might be a new one. It was $6.25, and he found the chicken to be very delicious. I tried one of the puffed potatoes, and I think the next clip is me eating one here. Yes. It was strange. It was the sensation, like hush puppy shaped, but a lot fluffier. Donna Jaworski, season's greetings. Welcome in. Next, we went to the American Adventure. Their food kitchen is called Hops and Barley. And he had a couple of entree dishes, so he was looking forward to some dessert. And here is the carrot cake that was offered there. He liked it. This is a freshly baked carrot cake with cream cheese icing for $4.50, that is. It was okay. So far of the things he tried, it was good, but it wasn't great. Which is too bad. Next, we kept walking and walking. He had a lot more to eat by this time. Caitlin, Make It Blue, a Disney Adventure. Welcome in. Great to see you. He had a lot more to eat, so I was a little more hungry at this point than he was. So we stopped at the India Food Kitchen and found a place to stand and eat. Tables were hard to find. So here is the warm Indian bread with pickled garlic. What you see in the little cups there. One of them is pickled garlic. Another one is mango salsa. And the third one is coriander pesto dip. This is like a mini bread service. If you ever get the opportunity to go to Animal Kingdom Lodge and have a meal at their restaurant called Sanaa, they have a very famous appetizer, the bread service. The bread service at Sanaa is it legendary? Let's say it is, yes. This was kind of a mini bread service. Although this naan, and I'm not even sure it was naan, I think it was just toasted pita. But, so it was a little crispier than how you would eat naan bread. And, but the dips, as far as the sauces go, or the dips rather, all three were pretty good. I would say the favorite was the pesto for me. The coriander pesto was the tastiest, followed by the pickled garlic, which I ate it before I knew what it was, and I had a hard time placing it. I had never had pickled garlic before. So that was pretty good too, but I felt the pesto was a little better. I could eat more of the pesto. then I could eat more of the pickled garlic. A stronger flavor it was, but good. And third, still good, but the mango salsa ended up being third place for me on that plate. The drink you see in the back, the boy ordered, and didn't really know what it was other than the name, which is mango lassi, Lassi. Lassi. I had never had that before. I didn't know what it was. And I'm surprised he ordered it because mango, while okay, it's not really anyone's favorite. Like the mango salsa, for example. It's good, but mango salsa is not my favorite salsa. Anyway, long story short, I know, too late. This drink was delicious. Welcome in, Paul Eichenlaub. I didn't know what was in it. It was very creamy with bits of just some bits of shaved ice in there. And as it turns out, there's milk in there and there's yogurt in there and a lot of dairy. And I don't eat much dairy other than the cheese on my pizza, frankly. But that drink, I just had a couple sips, and I had to go back. I had to get a second sip because I thought I remembered it being as delicious as it was, and it was. And the boy, who, kids don't have, the widest of horizons as far as their palates go. He found this fantastic as well, and it was very delicious. But it was also a very hot day, and I don't know if that drink was the best decision, but we drank it slowly. It didn't weigh us down or anything. But that was the surprise of the festival for us, the mango lassi, if that's how you say that, if I'm putting the accent on the right syllable. Lassi? Lassi. Don't know. Don't really care anymore. But that was good. So I had that to eat while he was still digesting and drinking his mango beverage there. Oh, here's the bread. I think that was the mango salsa, as a matter of fact. Okay, and then this food kitchen, which I had never been to before. This is the Noodle Exchange. So this was a bit later in the day, and we were hungry again. So, excuse me, what you're looking at is if I'm saying this right, the char siu pork udon with enoki mushrooms, bok choy, and soy pickled egg. That's the one on the right. That was $5.50. The bowl on the left is the shrimp and coconut curry rice noodles with shiitake mushrooms and Thai basil. That was $6.25. And I've got to tell you that this was a lot of food. Although the bowl I ordered had pork all on top of it and that egg, that was for the boy. So he ate that part of it, and I had the noodles and the mushrooms and the broth for the most part. And both were good. I think we both preferred perhaps the pork bowl over the curry shrimp. Yes, that was very delicious. The shrimp had a curry flavor, which is good in small doses for me. And that was a lot of food. These are the dishes that were biggest bang for the buck. This was a lot of fun to eat these. They gave you chopsticks with them and a spoon, so you could use one or the other or both. And we were very pleased with these. The boy really wanted that pickled egg, which he enjoys greatly, except this was a hard-boiled egg, And he didn't care for the hard-boiled yolk part. But everything else about the egg was great, which I guess it would be the white part of the egg. So, yes, that was good, too. We were pretty adventurous as far as we are normally for this day. Now, here's a selfie I took to send home to show that we were having fun and what we were eating. And I didn't take a great picture of this dish, but this is from a new booth called Mac and Eats, and they served a variety of mac and cheese dishes. This is the macaroni and cheese with house-made Italian sausage and peppers. Everything in this dish is plant-based. The sausage is plant-based. I had to ask because it wasn't specified in the description other than it was had a vegan symbol or whatever, vegetarian symbol next to it. But I had to ask, is this vegan sausage? What's going on here? But it was. It had a little kick to it, which was very nice. I liked that a lot. This was delicious. I would get that again. This was $5.75 at the Mac and Eats Food Kitchen at Epcot. We had that on Sunday. All right. Is that everything? I think that might be it as far as food goes. Yes, and then in the morning, I had... what's this? Hold on a moment. $5 super chat. We always love seeing food samples coming from your adventures in the More Sunshine Please Test Kitchen. And it is my pleasure. PTV, you are more than generous. Thank you very much for that. You are too kind. I love being the head chef of the More Sunshine Please Test Kitchen. In the morning at 7 a.m., you can get a virtual queue spot for the new Ratatouille ride. So I set my alarm to get up at that time and get a spot or try to get a spot. And I did. I got number 111, which it also said there'll be a 360-minute wait, which the park opened at 10 a.m. So we thought around 4 p.m. we would be able to ride this. So we waited all day to get in line for the Ratatouille adventure ride. And it's brand new in the France Pavilion. And this is us walking that way, and I stopped to get the topiary and of Remy, and the sun was just in the wrong spot. I didn't plan on that. But we were walking at the time, so it was kind of an afterthought of getting this. Anyway, so we're in line, and there's, even though it's a virtual queue, there's a line to wait in the ride queue itself. And we were in the line, and we were making progress, and there's an outdoor portion of the line, and then you finally make your way indoors. And I guess maybe 3/4 of the way through the line, you finally see what looks like the rooftops, like you're on the rooftops of Paris, and you can see the Gusto's restaurant sign, and it talks to you every minute or so. Eric Lee, welcome in. Great to see you. Thanks for being here. So we were in that part of the queue, and then an announcement comes on. It says, in so many words, sorry, folks, the ride's down, and we have no idea when it will be back up. You can wait in line, or you can leave. And, are you kidding me? We're so close. We waited all day, and now we're in line. I took this picture of some of the wallpaper that was in the queue, which I kind of liked. I think I zoom in on it, actually. Little Eiffel Tower made of kitchen things, and Remy and his bro, I think. Anyway, we waited about 45 minutes, and then we said, let's just go. Because there was really... They had stopped. They made that same announcement about the ride and not knowing when it'll be back up. They did that 3 or 4 times, and then they made an announcement about keeping your mask on while you're inside. That was about 3 or 4 times. And then after a while, that stopped. And they just, there was no word. In hindsight, we probably should have left immediately, but we really wanted to ride it. I had written it before. The boy, it was going to be his first time. He was a little disappointed, but he wasn't crushed. But we ended up leaving, and at that time, oh, by the way, he had homework to do. So we wanted to get home before it was too late. So instead of riding the Skyliner, which he hadn't done either, because we had spent that time in the queue, we felt, no, let's not do that. There'll be another time to do that. So we didn't do the Ratatouille ride. We didn't do the Skyliner. But we did stop by Starbucks on our way out, and we got I got a chai tea latte, and he got a frappuccino of some sort. And yeah, so all in all, it was a great day. Wonderful way to spend yet another day in his super special birthday month. All total of the food and wine offerings we spent $55.50. So you figure at Disney for a day of eating for 2 people, $55.50 is pretty good. Again, for Disney, that was pretty good. If you throw in the Starbucks, $67.52. So still pretty good. I have no regrets about anything that we ordered. Everything was pretty good, if not surprisingly great. So yeah, it was a good time. Margie Butcher, welcome in, and thank you for being here. It's funny. I for those of you that don't know, I am a high school teacher, and a couple days before our trip to the Food and Wine Festival, our culinary teacher had to go home, and we needed coverage for her class, and she left the movie Ratatouille to show to all her classes. So I was watching Ratatouille just by happenstance a couple days before that trip. I didn't get to see the whole thing because I only covered one class, which was about 40 minutes that day. We had a shortened schedule because we had a pep rally going. It was homecoming week. Anyway, who cares, right? Kay Atwood, great to see you. Thanks for being here. All right. What else? Oh, just Pepper Tree Villa, thank you again for the super chat. And if I may, if you didn't catch it, I was a guest on the Pepper Tree Villa live stream last night for their 3rd annual The Taste of Fall. Spectacular. And I was on with, of course, the crew of PTV and Derek and Gregory from D&G Explorers. And we all had things that we found in stores that had a autumn theme. And we tried them out on the show. We even prepared some things in the kitchen and tried those. So it was a lot of fun. If you missed it, you can watch the replay. Go to Pepper Tree Villa's YouTube channel and check out last night's live stream. It was a lot of fun, as it always is. It is time for my top 15 list, and it's October, and I like to keep it seasonal, and that means Halloween, of course. I will say I have not had a ton of time to make my own top 15 lists this week anyway. I just didn't have time, so I had to cheat and find a list that I could share with you. So let me get to it. This is not mine, but this is Parade.com's top 15 scariest movies. I'm not a big horror movie fan, but I do like the Halloween season, and I like stumbling upon things I see on TV that are Halloween-y. And what is this? Wanda, here's to more of those delicious pumpkin Pop-Tarts. $10 super chat. Thank you so much. You are too kind. That is very generous. Thank you. I will say, I don't know if Doug spitting out the pumpkin Pop-Tarts last night was warranted. Pop-Tarts aren't the greatest dessert ever, but I can assure you they did not taste like tinfoil. I think he ate part of the wrapper by accident. Oh, well. Wanda, thank you very much. Welcome in, Bob and Ashley. Good to see you. Halloween Kills was okay. That's the new Halloween movie with Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers. So anyway, Parade.com. You know Parade. It's that Sunday insert in the paper. I haven't had a Sunday paper in a long, long time, but I do remember the Parade magazine that would come in there. Well, now I think I don't know if it's just a website now, but Parade.com last year had a list where they ranked, there it is, the 151 best horror movies ever. And I only needed 15, so I took the first, the top 15 from their list. I don't exactly know, they don't explain how they came up with this list. This is from wait a minute. This is from this year, so it is the most up-to-date. This is an article posted October 3rd, 2021. Okay, so for this list, we're taking into account the overall quality and scariness of these pictures, how well they've aged, and replay value. It doesn't say who we is, though. Melissa, welcome in. I've seen some horror movies in my day, but since I've been married, I don't think I've seen a single one. It just doesn't happen anymore, and I'm okay with that. It's not my favorite genre. But let's just get to it. Some of these I have not heard. I am going to set my timer so I don't talk about any one movie for too long. This works well for me. So let me do that. I'm going to set that up. No, timer. 17 minutes. What was I timing? So I'm going to set that at maybe a minute 45. Let's do that. All right. Start. Here we go. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari is number 15 on our list, and this is the oldest movie on the list. If you don't know, it's from 1920. I can get rid of this. I don't need that. The quintessential work of German expression. Am I back? Okay, what happened? That was strange. Let me show you. I have the posters of all of these movies. Again, I don't know if this is an original poster or something that was made more recently. The movie was from 1920. I don't know how many movie posters were made then. And here's a still. I have a still from the movie, too. Kind of creepy makeup there, right? Yes. It's about a murderous hypnotist. This is widely credited as the first true horror feature from 1920. And a full century later, we've yet to see a work in this genre with richer atmosphere and texture. German expressionism is, if you watch this movie, and I don't know much about German expressionism, but the sets in this movie are all crazily angled and they don't make sense. It looks like a dream, rather a nightmare, kind of. But that guy, frankly, I don't think I've ever seen this. The guy on the left here, I think that's the doctor. And maybe he hypnotizes the guy standing up there. Oh, well, I can't talk about it anymore. My timer went off. Okay, so we're going to repeat that. We're going to go to our next one on the list. We're counting down the scariest movies as brought to us by Parade.com. Number 14 is Jaws. Again, I think some of these movies, are of their time. I love Jaws. I think I've seen Jaws more than any other movie ever. One, because I show it to my class every year. Two, I show it to at least 3 different classes every year. So I see Jaws 3 times a year. But it's great. It's nostalgic for me. It's one of the first movies I remember seeing. I think this is one of my dad's favorite movies. It's a classic. However, at times the shark doesn't look real. Anyway, what did more to scare people from going in the water than the movie Jaws? So, yeah, it's pretty scary. I think I'm jaded now. I've seen it so much, but now I watch it to notice things I've never seen before. But everybody knows about Jaws. What does Parade.com say? Spielberg's film of Peter Benchley's New England set killer shark book overcame a rocky production to become the inaugural summer blockbuster, the first ever summer blockbuster. The first film ever to gross $100 million in North America. A deliberately paced marvel of character-rich suspense. Okay, got to move on. You know about Jaws, so... Okay. Repeat. All right. Next, number 13 on the list. Scariest movies, as brought to us by Parade.com. 1991's The Silence of the Lambs. Where's the poster? Here it is. The Silence of the Lambs. I don't know if anybody has ever noticed this, and I don't have a super close-up of it, but the moth in the movie poster, if you look, it looks like there's a skull on the moth. And upon closer inspection, that skull is actually 3 naked women that are in the shape of a skull. Whatever. I don't have a close-up of it. I can't show you. I mean, you can't see anything. They're nude, but anyway. Silence of the Lambs in 1991, Academy Award-winning movie. It won many Academy Awards, actually. Let's see what it says here. Nearly the best pure suspense film ever made. Jonathan Demme's classic psychological horror film based on the popular book by Thomas Harris. Stars Jodie Foster. By the way, this is something I just found out. Michelle Pfeiffer turned this role down. Michelle Pfeiffer could have been Clarice Starling. But she turned it down because she didn't want to bring evil into the world. Like, this is, it's about killing and murder or whatever. And she didn't really want to be a part of that. She wanted to, although she was in Scarface, so I don't, why she got on her high horse about this, I don't know. But, yeah, I just found that out. Okay, we know about Silence of the Lambs, right? Okay, repeat. All right. Next. Here's what I have seen this before. Number 12 on the list of scariest movies of all time. And by the way, I saw a couple of different lists. And one was British, and it had a totally different movies in their top 15. Anyway, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original from 1974. Here's the poster. This was, I guess you can say, groundbreaking. There wasn't really a movie like this, at least not a mainstream movie. What does it say? An intense viewing experience to this day. Tobe Hooper's shoestring-budgeted freakout was a key influence on every slasher film that followed. Yeah. So, do you know, by the way, there is a narrator at the beginning of this movie with words on the screen. I think it's a disclaimer. I don't really remember. It was a long time ago that I saw this movie. But I do remember that voiceover was provided by a then unknown John Larroquette, who went on to win Emmy after Emmy on the show Night Court, and then he had his own show. I think it was just called the John Larroquette Show. He was in the movie Stripes. You know John Larroquette. Anyway, that was him providing the voice in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You just hear him at the beginning before the movie even begins. Okay, we're moving on. I don't even have to show you any other images there. Okay, number 11. The Thing from 1982. I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever seen this movie all the way through. I can tell you that for certain. It's a John Carpenter film from 1982 with Kurt Russell. Oh yeah, here it is. I have my info. Here's the poster. The ultimate in alien terror. A box office flop and critical disappointment upon release, sci-fi in the summer of 1982 was dominated by sunny, hopeful E.T. John Carpenter's ingenious atmospheric body horror is now recognized as a close-quarters masterwork. Kurt Russell stars in the icy, nihilistic thriller that pits American researchers against an alien shapeshifter in Antarctica. Here's Kurt Russell right there with an icy beard. Let's see, what else does it say about it? It was remade, technically a prequel, in 2011 with a reliably impressive Mary Elizabeth Winstead and already dated CGI effects that ain't got nothing on the puppets in John Carpenter's movie. Let's see. Oh, Carpenter's movie is a superior remake of 1951's The Thing from Another World, itself an adaptation of the 1938 novella Who Goes There by John W. Campbell. So this movie is a remake of a movie that was based on a book, a novella, a story. How about that? I wouldn't mind seeing that, although I think I know what happens already, so there's nothing surprising in it. But it's they just called it a masterwork here. So next, another movie I have not seen. From 1978, Dawn of the Dead. I don't know where. What's the original? Night of the Living Dead is the original, which was created by George A. Romero, in the 60s. And then in 1978, he made the sequel, Dawn of the Dead. Here's the poster. I've never seen this. Known internationally as Zombie, George A. Romero's follow-up to Night of the Living Dead is an essential example of a sequel that utilizes a bigger budget and more resources to deliver a richer and more satisfying motion picture. This is the one where survivors of the undead apocalypse shack up at a shopping mall. Let's see. Here's a still of the zombies. And I got to tell you, I've never seen it. I have seen The Walking Dead, and the makeup budget on The Walking Dead appears to be a bit more than it was on this movie. This just looks like they slapped some gray paint on some people's faces. And they're zombies now, I guess. Anyway, it's kind of a stretch for me, but what are you going to do? I hope the movie's better than the makeup. Repeat. Okay, we're doing well. We are at number 9 here. Maybe I should pick it up a little bit. Number 9 on the list of scariest movies, Halloween, second movie in a row from 1978. What a year. Here's the poster. This is, we mentioned it before because there's a new Halloween movie starring Jamie Lee Curtis. Let's see, what does Parade.com say about Halloween? With likable characters, incredible music, and other unique artistic flourishes, an ingenious use of widescreen space, and a lack of cynicism. Oh, it's cut off. John Carpenter's beloved classic about a masked lunatic stalking. The line's cut off. I'm doing my best. I think I got it right. stalking something. I can't figure out that word. Something. There's an elegance and earnestness to Halloween that the imitators didn't even attempt to recreate. Here is a still from the movie. Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers there. That mask, if you don't know, when they were making this movie, maybe the costume designer was walking the streets of Hollywood, and he came across a William Shatner mask. He bought it, he painted it white, and that is the Michael Myers mask. That is a mask of William Shatner's face. And that's Jamie Lee Curtis. And she is in the brand new Halloween. What was it? Halloween Reloaded? I don't remember. Doesn't matter. All right, repeat. Here we go. Halloween. I've never seen it. Again, not a big horror movie person. I don't even know if I've seen parts of Halloween. But I remember as a kid hearing that this was the scariest movie ever made, or one of them. So, who knows? All right, number 8. I have seen this one. 1980, The Shining. This is a movie directed by Stanley Kubrick, based on a book written by Stephen King, of course. The Shining, a box office meh, and a critical disappointment upon release. Kubrick's labyrinthine freakout, The Shining, is now widely recognized as a horror essential, one of the most oppressively frightening of all films. Jack Nicholson is iconic as an isolated drunk who gradually loses each and every single one of his marbles. Let's see. Kubrick and his co-writer Diane Johnson took King's text as, at best, a suggestion for the film, a jumping-off point. Stephen King, famously wasn't a big fan of the end project. And there's a still from the film. There was a remake. Does it say when the remake was? It does not. Was the remake just made for television? I don't even know. But I can tell you this. I've seen The Shining a couple of times, actually. And I think the last nightmare I had involved The Shining. And that was just a few years ago. And I woke myself up screaming. Not screaming, but like how I scream when I'm sleeping, apparently, from what I'm told, is I sound... in my dream, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, but I'm just making like zombie noises. Something like that. So I'm sure that's freaky to anybody else in the room. You know what I mean? But Nurse Ratched scares me for, yes, great movie villain, Nurse Ratched. That's a great movie villain there. Okay, did I stop? Oh, the timer's going. Okay, I only got a minute for the next one. Next. All right, I think we have a tie for 7th place, or they just put these two movies in there because they're kind of connected. Frankenstein from 1931 and Bride of Frankenstein from 1935. These movies are where's my info? Here we go. Based on Mary Shelley's novel of man's interference with nature, James Whale's Frankenstein was a landmark horror picture. Today, it's easy to admire the film for its heart and its trend-setting artistry. In 1931, audiences were mostly just petrified with fear, even though the film was first released in a censored version, with many now iconic moments removed. I didn't know that. In 1935, sequel is even better, scarier, funnier, with more personality and shocks. More importantly, there's a tragic romance that just wasn't meant to be between these guys. These two lovebirds. I will say I've seen Frankenstein long time ago. I don't think I've ever seen Bride of Frankenstein, but I bought the poster for it at the dollar store about 10 years ago. And it's still, I hang it in my classroom every October. Dracula, Godzilla, King Kong, and The Mummy, all for $1 each, and they never had them again. But I still have them, and they're still in pretty good condition. $1 each. Anyway, I would see Bride of Frankenstein. I've heard it's superior to Frankenstein. Again, this list is, relative based on when it came out. I don't think this would make the list. If these movies were made now, perhaps they wouldn't be number 7 on this list. Anyway, Alien is number 6 on the list. From 1979. Ridley Scott's sci-fi masterpiece is one of the most effective haunted house movies ever made. Only the house is a spaceship. Most monster movies stop at being scary and suspenseful as soon as we see the monster. This cannot be said about the utterly horrific xenomorph in Alien. After the infamous dinner scene, maybe the most notorious death scene in horror history, we finally see Xeno in all of its glory. And, well, to quote Newsweek film critic Jack Kroll in 1979, the creature scares, quote, the peanuts right out of your M&Ms, unquote. All right. That's all I'm going to show you of the Alien if you've never seen it. You probably have at this point. All right, I feel I should pause my timer because I have to reload my pictures here. Well, I'll just do them one by one. Where are we? Number 5. Psycho from 1960. Can I tell you something? 1960 was a big year for horror movies. Psycho, one of the most classic horror movies of all time, is not the highest ranking movie from 1960 on this list. More on that later. But Psycho, where is it? Where are these? All right, here's the poster for Psycho. And what do I need to say about Psycho? Directed by Alfred Hitchcock. Awesome house here. This is not from the movie, actually. This is from, I think, the trailer from the movie. And in the trailer of this of Psycho, he takes you on a tour of that house and the Bates Motel. It was really, years ago, my sister bought the laser disc for the movie Psycho, and it had the theatrical trailer on it. Tony from Phantasmic Chronicles, welcome in. And Mom, thanks for being here. And This Our Dream, welcome in. We're counting down the top 15 scariest movies of all time, as noted by Parade.com. And Tina, T. Marie's Place, welcome in. And the number one reason people shower with the curtain open. And they spread towels on the floor, I suppose, to make up for the mess. Okay, so Psycho, everybody knows about Psycho. Okay. I don't need that anymore. And that's good. Okay, I got 5 minutes left? All right, let me run through these. Number 4, Nosferatu, A Symphony of Horror. From 1922, the second oldest movie on this list. Let me see. Oh, that's not it. Wait a minute. Nosferatu. Here's the poster. If you're not familiar with the name of this movie, perhaps you're familiar with the monster. This is one of the first vampire movies, F.W. Murnau's Nosferatu. I think I've got a better picture of him. Here it is. Perhaps you've seen this. This is the vampire. This is the story of Count Dracula before not Boris Karloff, the Bela Lugosi movie. This is the vampire that they based the monster from Salem's Lot on, the movie Salem's Lot. And this was super scary. Is there anything... Do I have time to say? This is another German expressionist motion picture. Let's see. It's an unauthorized adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula story. Let's see. One of the most influential horror pictures ever. It probably won't make most modern audiences jump, this says, but its grotesque beauty will haunt your dreams. All right. Will it? All right, maybe not. Repeat. Number 3 on the list, Night of the Hunter. Are you familiar with this one? This one stars Robert Mitchum. That's not Night of the Hunter. Where am I? I can't show you Night of the Hunter. The poster, anyway? Okay, there's Robert Mitchum. Night of the Hunter. Envelope-pushing horror pictures that ruined illustrious careers, only to be revered years later, is a key theme in this list. Case in point, previously respected actor Charles Laughton. You might know Charles Laughton as the Hunchback of Notre Dame in the original film, or one of the original films from the 30s. He directed this film, Night of the Hunter, and this is the only feature he directed. A strange, expressionistic, and poetic chase film about a twisted wolf in sheep's clothing. Robert Mitchum is the very face of opportunistic evil, as menacing as any screen villain you'll ever see, playing self-titled Reverend Harry Powell, who's actually a serial killer hell-bent on finding $10,000 a dead man hid inside his daughter's doll. Yeah, so that's Night of the Hunter. He's got love tattooed on one hand. He's got the word hate tattooed on the other. And you may have seen that in Do the Right Thing. Who had it? Radio Raheem, his character. Love and Hate. Spike Lee was influenced. This is a classic movie. I think I watched this. I took a film class in college, and I think we watched this there. So I'm a bit familiar with it, and I have seen it, and there's some cool camera work in that movie. Anyway, next, number 2 on the list, Peeping Tom from 1960. This is the one that I guess is scarier than Psycho. Let me show you the poster. I've never even heard of this movie. Let's see. Here's the poster, and I'll read to you what it's about. From 1960. Released in 1960, the same year as Psycho, Peeping Tom has been endlessly compared to it ever since. Both have been argued to be the first slasher. Whereas Psycho was a runaway box office success, English auteur Michael Powell's psychological drama about a serial killer who murders women while using a portable movie camera to record their terrorized dying expressions was a notorious bomb. Though Powell's exquisite technical mastery was undeniable, and he was previously thought of as one of the nation's finest filmmakers, critics of the time trashed Peeping Tom for what was perceived as sadism and depravity. Powell's career never recovered. I think, do I have a still that I can show you if it works? Yeah, so there he is with his camera, and I've never seen it, never heard of this movie, but I think he lures women into like doing things like he's going to film them from a movie or a small film or something, and he ends up killing them. And I think in this one maybe he convinces her to get in that trunk. I'm just guessing. I don't know. I've never seen it. I've never even heard of it. But it blew my mind when I found out about this movie released the same time as in the same year as Psycho, which we've all heard of. Just funny. All right, number 1 on the list of scariest movies of all time, as brought to us by Parade.com, The Exorcist. And this, I didn't see this, of course, when I was a kid when it was released in 1973. Come on, I was 2. But I did see it years later. I think when I was in college, I went to Ann Arbor, and I went to the State Theater, and there was a screening of it there. And it was a audience full of college kids, and I just remember multiple laser pointers ruining the movie-going experience. Oh, here's the poster. Okay, The Exorcist. If you are religious, this movie might be the scariest movie of all time. It's dealing, with demon possession and, the clergy coming to rid a small child of the devil. But yeah, that's. Do I have another picture? Oh yes. So I'll just show you this. It's not. Here we go. That's a scene from The Exorcist. What can be said about this? Released in 1973. Supernatural thriller centered on a teen girl in the grips of demonic possession, based on the William Peter Blatty novel. Traumatized an entire generation. Still, to this day, you probably... I don't know if you'd get much of an argument that this is still the scariest movie ever made. I think that's might be a given. I don't know. Again, I'm not a horror film person, but it was scary when I did see it in the theater. It was not as scary as maybe it should have been. I think if I watched this at home with the lights off, that would probably be better. The laser pointers probably just ruined it. The actors from the movie believe the director himself was possessed. He got more brutal. Oh, it just jumped. It got more brutal toward the actors as the film moved along. Maybe that was, what do they call that? Acting, Mickey, the Mickey Bunch. Kelly, welcome in. Thanks for being here, everybody. Thank you, Dean, from The Live Place. TheLivePlace.com is a website that lists family-friendly live streams. And check it out because it's not just Disney live streams. It's cruising and travel in general and other stuff, too. Check it out. Tuesday night lineup, I think Mouse Talk is live now. Viper Project at 9, and if all goes well, Hitchhiking Bones at 10. Please check them out. I'm going to try to make all those shows tonight. Rob Fuzz, not just Fridays, but doing retro live streams all the time. Ring the bell on his channel. Subscribe and ring the bell so you know when he has those retro live streams. They're awesome. The Disney Nerd Herders are going live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Nerds! And they are followed by the D&G Explorers at 8 p.m. And great channels, both of them. Please check them out. I'll be. I think I can make those shows tomorrow. If not, right at the beginning, I'll be there. Pepper Tree Villa again on Monday evenings at 9:30 Eastern. I was on their show yesterday. Check it out. Check out the replay. Magic of the Mouse Radio is a 24/7 Disney internet radio station playing Disney music. If you love Disney music, check out Magic of the Mouse Radio. There's a dedicated Roku app for it. And anywhere you can hear internet radio stations, you can find Magic of the Mouse Radio. Pete McDevitt, I believe, is live right now. And I feel safe saying that at any time of day. But he does sports live streams as well as Disney live streams. So I believe he's live streaming the Braves-Dodgers and no doubt will be doing the American League game as well. This Saturday on my channel, Five Foolish Mortals. It'll be me and Charlie from the Disney Nerd Herders and Derek and Greg from D&G Explorers, and we will be celebrating Halloween on Saturday, October 23rd, I think at noon Eastern, I think. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, that's all for me. I will see you next week. Thanks for being here. I hope Mouse Talk is live. I didn't see it in the chat, but I think they're live. I'm going to check out their channel anyway. It is noon on Saturday. Yes. Thank you, Charlie. All right, everybody. Ending broadcast. Have a great week.